Testing. Testing. Is this thing on? Testing. Oh, okay, it is. This is just a test.
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 Disrespected city boy, but ain't nobody true as me. Hustler till I die, they better have that in my eulogy. Getting in that overtime, I took my work to work with me. So while I'm on this paper chase, it's paper cuts. Purposely, my net worth they're pondering. Skill set astonishing. Married the game without a ring. A breath of fresh air I'ma bring. Rise and fall, no I'm no swing. Allergic to fake, I'm fresher than spring. I don't give, I take, I'm selfish and mean. I'm fly as a fucking airplane wing. I'm out of space, I'm Freddy Krueger. Talk shit to my face, I'll read it, who knew ya? Cause my folks will leave black and blue. I don't send them to your door if they ain't going right through them. Man, I keep the weapon drawn like a fucking cartoonist. And they bent out of shape like an animal balloon. Is it a beat? Is a whale? I'm a fucking harpooner. Yeah, Peter kiss my ass, I'm a fucking baboon. Tasmanian devil every track, cause I'm a Looney Tune. Hooded villain with the scowl, yeah, like I'm Dr. Doom. I mop and broom, I clean you up. Insurance fraud, your claim is tough. A swish to sweet, it's a bomb that's sweet. A lighter in me, I flame it up, no banging, bro.
This is just a test. This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a test.
This is just a
This is
test.
just a test that you ain't studied up for. Yeah, crime scene a mess, but I'ma blood it up more. I've been down with the sessions, pushing out, go y'all lying to impress like fiction and folklore. What has happened is a damn shame. First play of my game, winning is my mind frame. Headshots, mind game, tech nine, switchblades, brass knuckles, AKs, dynamites and grenades. Blackout, be afraid. Time, I'm afraid not. Kill 'em all, blood clot. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I think he's a thug now. Cinderella, Goldilocks, they fairy tales and photoshops. They talk shit and pose a lot. Allow me to impose a thought. You disrespect, you be destructive. Beat the beast, will be the boss. I'm known for pissing people off. You fishing boats and I'm a logger. Butcher shopping day a hog. Tadpole to a frog. A mad bull if you a dog. And I believe if you a god. Sent here to cause destruction and crumble your infrastructure. Don't need applause or introduction. They on my dick like who you fucking. All the chicks I keep them clucking. Pressing 5 a KFC bucket. I get my Mac on and keep on trucking. They all love me no matter how reluctant. I'm in charge, bitch. Keep me plugged in. A gentleman who also be thugging. You dead weight like what that cat drugging. A pesticide when they be bugging. Time's up. Pencils on the desk. Don't worry, class. I know you did your best and it was hard for some. Easy for the rest. It ain't the end of your life if you fail. Cause
This is just a test.
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 This is just a test. This
It's just a test. Just a test. Just a test.
this
It's just a test.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of E-Roc Radio. It is Wednesday night. It's kind of it's a nice night here in the land of 10,000 lakes. But tonight you're not here to hear me talk the whole time. My special guest tonight is Morbid Click's own Levi West. Levi West, how you doing?
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday. What a day to be alive.
Here. How's it going, man, down in...
Another day in paradise way down here in southern Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, don't you know?
You betcha. Got the hot dish on.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting outside drinking Arizona.
No other way to do it.
Fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah, buddy.
Um, well, let's get started here. One question I like to ask is, how did you come up with your name?
Oh, I was born with it, actually.
You just decided to go by your government?
So I mean, like I've had obviously like I've had different stage names, if you will. Like when I first started back when I was a youngin, I went by Mr. West, and I grew up, got aggressive, and came up with the persona Mosh Pit, and then I did some more growing and self search. And I mean, I was actually just getting signed to Sick Fucks up in the cities, and Jimmy Don was like, you should just go by your name. Like you have a strong name, you have a decent name, you might as well just roll with it that way. And I mean, it kind of made sense. Like I spent a lot of time letting the name define the music instead of the music just defining me and me defining my music.
Okay.
So like it just kind of came more natural to just be me and do the things that I want to do with what I've been given, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. At least in my
Like
mind.
it's just yeah, I mean in my head, like it makes more sense to just, be me and do what I do the way that I do things. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, go find someone else. Like
Yeah, pretty
I'm
good way to
vibing.
put
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
it. What? How long have you been doing music now?
Um, I mean, like seriously, I've been doing music probably about 3 years, on and off, probably about a decade. Like, I mean, everybody's got that stint in their life where they're like, "Oh, I'm a rapper. I'm gonna be a rapper. This is what I'm gonna do." And like, I don't know. I had some moments where I wasn't taking it as serious, and then I kind of buckled down. And the last 3 years, I'd like to believe I've kind of made some waves, and it's just been yeah, I'd say probably about 3 years I've been taking it more seriously, and it's been a lot more fun. It's been a lot more. I've been able to do a lot more in the last few years than I have in a long time
Met a
with
lot
it.
more people.
Yeah,
Would
I've
you
done a
say?
lot more networking. Um,
Yeah.
been a lot more places.
What? Okay, so I need to know what the hell happened. I know there was supposed to be that Zeus Rebel Water show down at what was it, Austin?
Yeah, yeah. There's.
What the hell
I mean,
happened with that?
we had a hard time locking in a venue. We had a hard time locking in a venue. Like, there's really not that much of a hip hop scene down in southern Minnesota, and I mean, we had a venue, then we didn't have a venue, and then last minute we were like, you know what, we're just gonna do like a local showcase, and then that didn't happen. And it is what it is. I mean, sometimes things work, sometimes things don't, but I mean, we're always trying to get something going down in southern Minnesota. Like there's a lot of love for hip hop down here, and there's a lot of really dope local artists down here that deserve a lot more light than what it is that we've been given.
Yeah, I'm working with a couple guys out of Rochester trying to get a show going down there.
Yeah, I mean, I know some of the Rochester cats. Like, I mean, J Law's up in Roch. We've done some work with J Law throughout the years. He's a real cool dude. Um, I mean, I'm drawing a lot of blanks. You're actually my first interviewee or interviewer. So, I mean, this is
This
all
is the
new to me.
first interview
So,
you've ever done, huh?
this is the first interview I've ever done. So, thanks for taking that, cherry, boss. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Just relax, dude. Be yourself. You don't have to put on this persona. Like, you know me. I know you.
I
We're
Yeah,
just
Rick.
gonna sit here and have a regular ass conversation. That's all this is.
Hell yeah,
Don't need to
it's a
be
vibe.
tense about it. You're
You
only
right?
like my. I've only been doing the interviews now for what, like a month or two.
Is that all? I feel like we were talking about this like
We
honestly, it's
talked
probably
about it
only
when
been
I
since like
first started
April.
it because I was like, and then that was when I offered you this date.
Right, right. I just assumed that like you've been doing it for mad long, and you're like, you know what? I just met you. I'm gonna throw you on the roster. Blah blah blah. But
No, I've only been doing E-Roc radio since the beginning of this year, but I've only been doing the interview portion for just a few months.
wow, look at you go.
I know, right?
I'm proud. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you coming on here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Trying over here to get myself situated.
Situated.
Let me see. So you've been doing music for like a decade or so. How old are you now?
I'm 74.
74 and a half.
No, I'm 26. I'll be 27 next month. Still a young buck. Still got a lot to
I
learn.
thought you were a lot older than me, but you're not.
I'm not. I'm actually kind of young. I just
Well, I mean, I just turned 24 last month or a couple months ago now.
see the thing with me is like, gravity isn't very fair. So I lost all my hair and it just kind of fell down. So like everybody just assumes I'm in my 40s.
I wouldn't have said
But like
40s. I would have
I'm,
said like
I appreciate
mid
that because most
30s.
people think I'm like, yeah, 35 typically is what I end up getting. Anywhere from like 32 to 36.
It's all right. Everybody
And then
says
they
I'm
spend
like
like 5
everybody
hours with
thinks
me and
I'm
they're like, are you
like
12?
20, anywhere in the range of like 28 to 32.
That's because you're 6'20".
That's what King Torch tells me. He's like, you're like 6'20".
You're 6'20".
Oh my god. So you started when you were about 16.
Around there, yeah.
What's your favorite part about doing it?
It's a lot like a therapy session for me. Like when I'm able to get time to get into the booth, like I mean, I know as an artist yourself, like there's really no other feeling than like putting in a good like 4 or 5 hours of just yelling into that microphone. And then like the creation process of everything, being able to just like take parts of yourself and just throw it onto something and like
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had a studio session that's been that long.
okay. Well, awkward.
Just
Um,
personally. I mean, I know the people that do that, but I
right,
personally
right,
have not
right.
done that.
I mean, I have my days. Like, there's some sessions where like I'm in there and I do like one quick free verse and then I'm back to normal life, being an adult and whatnot. But like other days, like when I have time, like there have been times where we've busted out probably like good 4 to 6 hour sessions. But I mean, that's typically when I have like projects that are ready to go.
Fuck
So I
being an
mean,
adult. The shit's
church,
overrated.
church. I need a juice box and a nap. Like 80% of the day.
Right? um so tell me a little bit about Morbid Click. What is Morbid Click?
Morbid Click is a group of weird people. Um, so recently I actually stepped away from Morbid Click. It's still nothing but love for Morbid Click. I still got love for everybody on the roster. Miles Long, I mean, me and him, we go way back to the days when I was on Stick Fucks and he was the A&R. Jim Jones over in Narnia. I mean, my brother Logan, I mean, he still rocks with them. Limit, he's still with them. I just kind of had to step away from everything for a little bit, like clear my headspace, if you will. I mean, I was missing a lot of deadlines and not finding a lot of time to be able to properly do what I do. And I felt that it was just,
Okay.
I don't know, like every time, I mean, like chapters close and new books start, but like it's still nothing but love for Morbid Click. Morbid Click is literally one of the favorite group of people I've ever worked with. Um, Everybody on there is they're just incredibly hardworking, and like we're all crazy in our own ways. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because like every single one of us brings something else to the table. And I don't know, like it's horrorcore, but it's not like your typical horrorcore.
Okay.
Because I mean, none of us really brand ourselves as like strictly horrorcore artists. We're all very versatile people. So it's like the island of misfit toys, like nobody really wants us, but as soon as you hear us, it's like when can we get more?
Okay. Um So you've been doing music now for over 10 years. I'm assuming you've done your fair share of shows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, any out of state shows,
Um,
or has it mainly just been Minnesota?
Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa mostly, like that kind of tri-state
Not traveled too
shindig.
far out of that.
No, I mean I've wanted to, but I mean some of
Okay.
them are worth doing, some of them aren't. I mean, you know how that is. Like nobody wants
Yeah.
to drive 8 hours one way to do a 15-minute set and then have to drive back because you ain't really got the money for a hotel room.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've done shows like that, but most of the
Yeah,
time I get a hotel room.
yeah. I mean, I still remember the one show. I think the furthest I've gone was Ottumwa, Iowa, and that was
Out of Tumwa?
yes, sir, yes,
Damn.
sir. That was a
Stayed
great
there.
show though. Like that's damn near border of Missouri, but it was recognized Irv the Phenom, Sam King, and Potluck. Like that was me and
Really?
my.
Yeah.
It was a great show. It was a great show. Cops raided the venue at the end of it all, and like
Oh,
it kind of put
of
a
course.
damper on the evening. But yeah, I mean, we drove all the way down there and then drove right back as soon as everything was over.
Jesus. Yeah, like
You know, we're all
I've got
sobering
family
up, and it
that's in
was
the
just
northern part of
nuts.
Missouri, so I've been through Ottumwa many times.
Yeah, Otum was the spot.
Um, so what's your favorite venue that you've performed at?
Oof. Favorite venue is in like the just the bones of the venue, or like because I mean probably Ottumwa. Like I mean that venue was, or maybe Fine Line. I did a show at Fine Line Music Cafe on First Avenue a
I hate
couple
you.
years back.
I kind of hate you right now.
I
'Cause I
love
would
you too,
love to
buddy.
do a show there.
We opened for Stevie Stone and Cut Calhoun at that one.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a great show.
That was fun, and I'm pretty sure Bone Crusher was the host. Like
I've heard of
it
Bone
was
Crusher, but I don't know much about him.
it was just a ridiculous situation. And I mean, I wasn't even 21 at the time, so like I couldn't even like there. It's that stupid part when you're doing music and you're not old enough to drink at the venue, so you're just like there, and you can't even go in the green room, so you can't network. So you're just
Oof.
like awkwardly walking around the crowd, and everybody's just like looking at you, like, "Weren't you just on stage? Like, what are you doing?" But you're also like, I don't know, I don't know. It's been a weird journey.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. Remember those days of not being able to do shit. Although, I was at least able to go back in like the green room on it when I was in underage shows. Granted, I wasn't doing those big ass
Right.
venues like you were talking about. You know what?
I
No,
mean,
I
just as
take
many
that. You
like
know what? I take that back because I did do one show with Ice Kings at the at Amsterdam in St. Paul. We did a show
that
with
probably would have been dope.
yeah, it was definitely a good time. We did a show with fuck, who was it with? I don't even remember now. Um, but we did this show over at the Amsterdam, and I know I was still underage. Um, and I was still able to go in the green room. So like I said, I don't think I've ever had that issue.
Well, I mean, you probably were also still 6'20", so you probably still looked like you were 30, but
I still got ID'd though.
just like everybody else. Yeah, that's fair.
So I mean, that's weird that they wouldn't let you in the green room because you were underage, even though you were
Well, it was
performing.
weird because it was like we could go in the green room, but once the show started, we were no longer allowed in there because they were starting to just like hand drinks out for free. And they were
Oh,
like, well,
okay. I
blah,
suppose
blah, blah,
that
blah.
makes
So like
sense. That makes sense.
that's why we weren't able to be back there anymore, because like they were like, well, if they're just handing out free drinks back there and we got these kids running around, because I mean one of the artists we were with was like I think he was like 15 at the time.
Oh damn.
So like, yeah, like he was a young buck,
That's
but like he
crazy.
was, yeah. I mean, but I mean, just as many of the big venues that I've been at, like, I mean, we've done rec centers and like bars and grills too, like,
Oh
and
yeah,
like
so have I.
there have been, the 200 crowds and then the 5 people, and 4 of them are the other artists. So it's,
I've had too many of those shows.
yeah, we ain't got to talk about it.
I've had way
But I
too
mean,
many of
it's
those
all part of the
shows
journey.
where it's just
It's
been
all part of
like
the journey,
me
though.
and the
Like if
other
we didn't
artists.
have shows like that, we wouldn't be able to be as appreciative and grateful for the bigger ones.
Oh, for sure.
Because I mean, I still remember a lot of the shows. Like I didn't even want to do anything, but it's like, I mean, if I'm not going to go all out for these 5 people, then what gives me the right to go all out for the 200 when they're there?
Exactly.
Like, it's, you got to stay hungry and you got to want it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Um, what is your okay, let me ask you this. What famous musicians do you admire?
Um,
I think I've asked
I
that one
mean,
before.
all over the place, like all genres. Because I mean, like
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
a
it can
huge,
be any
like
genre.
when I was growing up, like believe it or not, I was like classic rock and hard rock, and
I still listen to
wanted to
that
be a
shit.
guitarist, wanted to be a punk rocker, and then
I still want to be in a
I mean,
band.
I would still love to, but like I'm not musically inclined outside of lyrics. Like, so I mean, it's
To be a
one
vocalist.
of those things that just never happened. Nobody wants to hear that. But no, like obviously I'm a huge fan of like strange music. I mean, we got our Tech Nine, Recognize, King ISO, Ubiquitous is definitely in my top 5. So when like we were able to do that one show with him up at
Yep.
the terminal, like that was big for me. And then just like being able to hang out with him afterwards, and like that was huge. Like that was a big career goal for me.
I felt really bad at that show having to cut him off like that.
Yo, but it was actually crazy because like me and my dude were standing next to the stage, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we got to get off," and I'm like, "Let's take it outside." And then my buddy said it a little bit louder, and then he just turns and looks at us, and he's like, "Shit, let's go outside then." And then we literally, like everybody, we all just went outside, and what
I
happened
remember.
happened. Like it was a beautiful night. Like great things happened, and like it's middle of downtown Minneapolis or wherever it was that we were, and it's
Yeah.
we got military vehicles posted on every corner. We're
And you're
all out
just out
past
there having
curfew,
a
and there's
rap
just a
show.
group of misfits just rapping in an alleyway next to a bank. Like, what are we?
Just having a great time.
We're having a great time.
Well, let's see. Click here.
Oh Lord, let's do that.
I'm so thrilled about it.
Pulling up the caca. You on YouTube?
I'm on the tube.
Then you can play whatever you want that I sent you, dog. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
You know what? Just because I'm interested to hear this, it's kind of you got a lot of short videos on here. Let me see.
I got a lot of free verses.
Let's check the other channel. Okay, so that's just every. Go here then. You know what? Just because he's got a bunch of remixes here, so I'll play a couple of them. Hopefully I don't get copywritten.
Oh, copyright. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do that first. And then I'm gonna play just because I'm interested to hear this because I actually really like this song. Let's go with this Donald Trump remix by Mac Miller.
Ooh, I wasn't sure if you were gonna go that route or if you were talking the Einstein remix.
No, I actually really like that Donald Trump song. I'm not a huge Mac Miller fan, but I do like that song. So I'm
I've
interested to
heard
hear
that a
what you
lot.
did
A
with
lot
it.
of people just vibe with that song.
So go ahead and mute yourself, and we'll play this here real quick. Like I said, this is
Yes, sir.
the Mac Miller remix, Levi West's Mac Miller remix of Donald Trump.
I've been waiting. Flyest motherfucker in the room, ain't no changing me. I'm working every day to grow and I gotta thank the team. I'm sipping on my whiskey and there ain't no need to chase the dream. Every day I'm out here working and it's all to chase the dream. I bless the booth with every sentence I have ever spit. Yeah, y'all can go from off the top but tell me what you read. Speak a story of your life and speak about existence instead of all about the drugs. I swear that shit is ignorance. I'ma take over the world using just a pen and pad, writing all about the crazy days that come and that I've had. Watching all the shit around right now, I swear it makes me mad. But with the team I've got, I learned it cannot always be that bad. I'ma take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Diving into coins just like old Scrooge McDuck did. Always bring a towel when I'm gonna get abducted. I don't play around with your phony false assumptions. I'ma take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Diving into coins just like old Scrooge McDuck did. Always bring a towel when I'm gonna get abducted. I don't play around with your phony false assumptions. What's poppin'? I'm Levi West, I'm awesome. Spit raw shit, fuck a condom. Been playing dead like I'm a possum. Stay flossing, hate talking, but I do what I gotta to keep on walking. Clear my mind, but it just keeps squawking. All that's left is the line that's chalking. Long beard like I'm an Amish. Beanie on the head, boy, it's a constant. Circle from the day that I was mosh pit, boy, stop it, get flawless. Survive it, slit throats like Tom and Lawless. Try hardest, my darndest. Smoking on some cushions, smell like armpits. Disappear like flesh from barbecues. Take it off the shelf and load a cartridge. Gonna blow a hole in these apartments, just kidding. But I still might though. Moving weights like I do lipo. Saving money, not from Geico. Catch me tripping off this tightrope. Got some demons, I still fight those. Listen to birds inside my blindfold, it's common. Got a bowl, it's filled with ramen. Been long time since I puff shaman. Don't just weave, boy, I stay bobbing. Cutting cheese inside my coffin. Y'all saying soft like Charmin. Can't get collapsed from y'all, just bargain. Respect my authority, bitch, I'm Cartman. Can't say shit when I'm the artist.
Einstein. 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 Einstein.
If you got cash, homie, throw that shit up. Feeling fucked up, got some liquor in this cup. I'm an Einstein, strange mind, still zero fucks. Time for my rhymes to prime time with little luck. I'm coming in to spit this, won't leave a witness. Leave a body laying cold to be found by missus. Won't speak a sound when I'm around these dimwits. Try and rain on my parade and you're getting dismissed. Wonder where I'm at, but I wonder where we running. Creature in my mind, but it's barely something. You're just jacking up my style like you're scarily bumming. When I see me out here, sounds like there he's coming. Bloodthirst in the church if I've not gotten my worth. If I see you walking my way, probably copping your purse. Use what's inside of the bag to start dropping some shirts. I'm not jacking this whole song, I'm only jotting a verse. But if they find my dead mind laying in the street, then I'm chalking up the yell and I'm claiming defeat. Bury me in caskets, but don't wrap me in sheets. At my funeral, I'm still spitting, just play me the beat.
And we are back. That last one that I played was Levi West remix to Einstein by Tech Nine. I don't know if you were listening in, Levi, but I played a few of them. You can unmute yourself now.
I'm back. Hello, LOL.
Yeah, no, I played three of them. I played I played that first one, the Donald Trump remix. Which I liked that one. That one it suited your voice well.
I appreciate that.
And then I played the What's Poppin' remix. And I was slightly less impressed, just being honest with you. Did I lose you here? Looks like you got frozen. Poppin'. You there?
I appear to have lost you momentarily.
All right. Well, it looks like we're back now.
Well, hello.
So what I was saying is that after the Donald Trump remix, I played your What's Poppin' remix,
Oh, hell yeah.
and I was slightly less impressed on that one.
That's
I felt
fair.
Like you could, I felt like you could have come with more energy on that one.
I mean, it came out. It is what it is. You know, I can't take it back. I can't bring it back, and I don't want to redo it.
That's fair.
So I mean,
to each their own. I'm not like sitting here like trying to overly criticize you. I just feel like you could have done it better.
I appreciate that.
Also, and then I played your Einstein remix as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, I'm mad at you because I just noticed that you shaved your beard.
Bro, I was hoping I was gonna be able to sneak past everybody without anybody knowing. But
No, you are
I
not
mean,
sneaking past me with that one. What the fuck happened?
I know. It was time for something new. I needed a little bit of a change.
You look
You
weird.
should have seen it when there was
now.
nothing. I do. It's okay though, because I brought me back. You know, like I went back to my roots, and nobody's more natural in themselves than when they're naked. You know, like if you got a big old beard on you, like
the beard
you gotta
made
start
your
over
look
sometimes.
though.
I know, but sometimes it's okay to just let everything go and start over.
Oh.
I know
back,
that was
right?
such a. It could be. Find out next week on whatever, but like no, like I mean, obviously, like I mean, I didn't even know what my own chin looked like. Like I'd had that beard for like ever. Like I think the last time I was clean shaven was probably close to like 8 years. I think. Like
yeah, I think the last time I was clean shaven was like 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was probably like 2014, 2013 for me.
Yeah, and at this point now, I'm my girlfriend really wants to see me clean shaven, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, like I mean, I was hoping for some of these shows too, but like a lot of these shows that I was booked for, like they were getting canceled or rescheduled and stuff, and like I was getting nervous. It was like I'm gonna show up to these venues and everybody's gonna be looking for me, and they're gonna like I'm gonna walk in and nobody's even gonna know it's me. Like the way that I looked for a little bit, like nobody was gonna even know it was me until I got put on stage. Like just as weird as it is for everybody else to look at me with no beard, like it was really, really weird for me. Like I started having a panic attack when I started chopping it off. I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I was like, "It's okay. Everything's fine. It's gonna be okay." And then there was my chin, and I was like, "Oh boy, oh boy."
Oh man, it's a chin.
It's a chin.
What the fuck is this? This is a chin. I haven't seen
Por
that in
qué?
years. What did you say?
Por qué? Why?
A good thing I know Spanish. At least some Spanish.
No me gusta la casa tocan los pantalones.
No.
And we're back.
Can you repeat that slower?
Probably not.
Like I understood some of that. Por supuesto, you know.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, qué lástima. Hay dos chicas en la cocina.
No más del baño.
No más pantalones.
No más. It's a good thing we're only cameras waist up.
Oh man. What's your favorite song of yours to perform?
Favorite song to perform is definitely gonna be "Speak." I've done it probably over. Like I mean, I just recently started doing live shows again. Like back in April, I started doing them again, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into because like I haven't really done a lot of solo sets. You know, like I always had somebody else up there with me.
Yeah.
So when I was building my set list, I was like, never thought I was gonna do this live. You know, and I don't think anybody ever really like writes a song specifically for a live performance. I mean, I'm sure some people do. I've never been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this live and this is strictly gonna be a live song. But Speak off of my Back to the Basement EP has definitely been the most enjoyable to do live. I think that gets the best crowd reaction. I have a lot of fun doing it live. And like it's just one of those songs because like I mean like the hook of it is super easy to remember. So like the more that I was doing it, the more people got more involved. And like anytime you get crowd interaction in your set, I think it's a good time, you know. I mean,
Oh,
the more the crowd
definitely.
feels you, the better it is. And like once you get your own lyrics getting sang back to you, like that's a whole different feeling in itself, you know, like
Yeah, I definitely get that. That's why I really love doing my song "Fucked Up"
right.
because I'm like, I get everybody to start chanting, "I'm fucked up,"
Exactly. And then like I mean when I do shows down here in southern Minnesota, I really enjoy doing my song Chupacabra because like I wrote that and I did not think it was going to get the traction that it got. I mean, organically, it's at probably I think it's around close to like 3,000 views on YouTube,
Oh shit.
and like that was surprising for me. And like I had people messaging me, and like I took it as like a backhanded compliment almost. Like, tell me why I'm listening to this like it's an actual song, and it's like, well, it is an actual song. I know this because I wrote it, but like I appreciate what you're trying to say. But like, yeah, I mean, and Chupacabra is just one of those songs where it's catchy, it goes hard, the beat's solid, and it's a lot of fun to perform. And when I do it down here, I mean, I got at least 20, 30 people in the crowd, no matter the size of the crowd, that are at least doing the hook with me. And like that's fun.
Yeah, love crowd.
I love
Um,
crowds.
Crowds are cool, man. Some of them
Crowds are
suck.
pretty nice.
Some of them
Yeah,
suck, but
some of them really do.
most of the crowds that I've performed in front of have been pretty fucking cool.
I mean, I've had a lot of fun with
When
some of the
there is a
recent
crowd, that
shows.
is.
When there is a crowd, yeah. When there is a crowd.
Like I
Going
think,
on a little bit later at night when everybody's got a little bit of juice in them is always fun.
yeah, I think the most fun crowd I ever had was just a couple months ago, back in May, when Ice Kings did a show at the Caboose opening up for Open Minded,
Hell yeah.
and we had like 200, 300 people there, and it was just fucking awesome. Granted, I will admit the sound sucked. Like I couldn't hear myself at all, and I ended up losing my voice that night.
Those are always the roughest.
Um, but it was a fun show regardless. Like I don't remember half of it because I blacked out due to adrenaline rush. Um,
It'd be like that sometimes.
um, like I said, I don't remember half of it, but it was a great time.
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 Um, do you sing in the shower?
I mean, do you want recordings?
No, I'm just asking. Do you sing in the shower?
I mean, sometimes it depends on the mood. I mean, sometimes I'm just going in to get it done and get out. Other times I'm like, you know what? Let's have a concert. And it
What
yeah.
songs do you sing in the shower?
Yo, you ever heard Sherry by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons?
No.
Bro, it's that 60s doo-wop nonsense. Like that's my ish. That's my
Hey man,
ish.
some of that shit's a bop. Like
Yes, sir.
like some of that shit is banging. Like for real.
No, if you can't get down with music from the 50s and 60s with me, like I cannot keep you in my car and you are not getting the aux cord like that.
Some fucking Paul Anka.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah. I can get down with some Paul Anka.
Yes, sir. Like that's a beautiful thing too, because like when people meet me, they're like, "Oh, he's strictly hip hop. He's strictly metal." Blah blah blah. Like, dude, I like that big band stuff from back in the day. Like,
Fuck
just
yeah, dude.
weird stuff, like the obscure things.
Like weird shit from like the 40s.
Yeah, dude, like stuff you'd hear in like
Like
Fallout
fucking
nuclear
the one
war
song that made
commercials.
it really big that made a comeback. Yeah, that because it got featured in Avengers Endgame. That Kitty Callan song.
Yeah, yeah,
I fucking love that song, dude. It's a great song.
that's fair.
And like I said, the only reason I knew about it was because of Avengers Endgame. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known about that song.
Right.
Me and my girlfriend both fucking love that song. It's a great song.
Hell yeah.
So another question I like to ask the artists that I bring on, if you could go open up for any artist, who would that artist be?
Oh, I'm gonna say either King ISO or Yellow Wolf. I feel like they have some pretty phenomenal shows.
I
I
definitely
greatly
would love to
appreciate both
open up
of
for
them.
both of those artists as well.
Like, I mean, yeah, I've very quickly. I mean, I used to bump a lot of Yellow Wolf's work, and then like he had that whole like break and whatnot. But like everything he's brought since then, like
Hard.
beautiful. Like
Like that whole fucking
it is so hard to be stressed about anything in life when you're listening to Opie Taylor.
You know,
Like that song just,
I wasn't a huge fan of that song.
the rhythm of it just makes me so happy to be alive. Like it's just
Like there's some great songs off of that album. And I'm blanking on the name of the album for some reason. Ghetto Cowboy, that's what it's called.
yeah, yeah.
It's a great fucking album. Opie Taylor was not one of the ones that I liked. I really like trying to think if this song was on there, but it was what's it called? Oh my god, you know what? It's gonna bug me if
You're doing great, sweetie.
fuck you. Unnatural Born Killer.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
fucking song.
Respectable. I have a deep appreciation for Daylight. I don't even know if it's on that album or not.
I think it
but
is.
Like Daylight's one of my favorites. Row Your Boat. Like honestly, like that's one of those that's one of those tapes where like you literally don't have to skip through it. Like every single song, like you can just
Yeah, you can
I
just
don't
sit
know.
there and vibe.
It's I can listen to it on repeat all day and not go crazy.
The Trunk Music 3 album was great too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's your creative process like?
I have none. It happens when
Me
it
neither.
happens. I mean, like
It's okay.
I mean,
I
wish
don't
I
have
could
one either.
I wish I could sit here and say that like I dedicate X amount of time in my day to it, but once I get an itch, like it comes, and like there's some days where I can knock out like 6 solid free verses or like 3 solid full songs, and then there's times where like I'll sit down and I'll like try and write something and nothing will come, and it's one of the most frustrating things about doing what I do because I do genuinely love what I do, but there's some days where it just doesn't come. Like you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink, or whatever the saying is.
Right,
but like,
right. No,
when it's there, I try and execute on it. But when it's not, like, I'm not gonna try and force it because I hate everything that comes out, and I end up ripping it apart anyways.
I'm the exact same way where I feel like if I force it, I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, like, there's plenty of tracks that I've done where it's like, you know what, I could have done this so much better. Like, there's even, I mean, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, that way nobody listening can go in and be like, ha ha ha, I see what he's saying. But like,
Right.
there's definitely like, there's a couple tracks where like I wish I could have just changed the way that I pronounce something.
Yep.
or even something so little as to just like I should have taken a breath here instead of
Right.
like 30 seconds later,
Right.
you know. But that's all stuff that you grow from, and I'm a big believer of there's no such thing as perfect, there's only progression. Like it's only being better than what you were doing yesterday, and as long as what I'm doing is better than what I did yesterday, then I'm content with what I'm doing.
Oh, there you go.
And I mean, I'm not trying to get all philosophical up in here because I mean it's my first interview, so nobody even blah. But for real, like I mean, so many people take too much time trying to make something perfect when it's like it's really no such thing as perfection. It's just do what you love.
Your own
Do what you
perception
love.
of it.
Exactly. And perception is a dirty, ugly creature because it can completely destroy you, but it can also make you feel real, real good.
100%.
Church.
You got any useless talents?
I'm Levi. I don't know. Like
That's a pretty fucking useless talent.
it's a pretty useless talent. Like I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's Wednesday. Like what do you want from me?
I want you to tell me if you have any useless talents. That's what I want from you.
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I've never really. Nobody's ever asked me like, "Hey, what are you good at that really you have no reason to be good at for?" Like, so I guess I've never really thought about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to make it awkward because I have no idea.
It be like that.
It really do.
Who was an artist that you would really, really like to do a song with? Could be living or
Like
dead.
if I living or dead. Honestly, like I think that with the way that my voice sounds, because I feel that I could do some pretty great things in like a rap punk metal thing, but I always had a deep appreciation for Linkin Park, and I feel that like me and Chester Bennington would make some great work. Like if I could be a little fangirl for a second, like I mean Chester Bennington's vocals were just always something different, you know, and like even
I'd do
everything
it.
off
Hell, I'd
Hybrid
even do
Theory
a
and
fucking
Meteora.
collab with Mike Shinoda.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, hell yeah. Like, I mean, I've thought about like dream collabs and stuff like that, but I've never really gone into like the no longer with us crowd of people. But Chester Bennington would definitely be on that list. Like if I could for sure do one track and then just hang it all up, it would definitely be with Chester Bennington. I feel like that would be some type of musical greatness.
Okay, well then let's transition. What would be an alive artist?
And a live artist. I want to do some work with Vinny Paz one day. I think that would sound really good.
With
I feel
who?
like that would be a lot of fun. Vinny Paz.
I don't know that name.
What's wrong with you?
Lots of
Who
things.
hurt you? Who hurt you?
Who is Vinny Paz?
Vinny Paz, I mean, he's back with like Ill Bill. He's like in the Immortal Technique group. Pretty sure. Like not group, but like in that genre, if you will. Like, I mean, we're talking like the more storytellers of rapper. Like Diabolic. Have you ever heard of Diabolic?
That name I've heard of.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely do some tracks with Diabolic. He's actually one of the reasons why I started doing what I do, realistically.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I've met Diabolic or that I'm friends with him on Facebook or something. I don't know.
Because he's a very good storyteller rapper. Greaves too. I would do some work with Greaves.
I've heard of Greaves.
Greaves is fun.
I think
He actually just recently came into my playlists.
I think I tried to open up for Greaves one time.
Tried to.
Yeah, like I was hitting him up about trying to get on the show because I think they were doing a show up in Duluth,
Yeah, because he's with Rhymesayers in them, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
I feel like he would be a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to get on that show. Like I think I was talking to the promoter about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we just don't. I don't think. I think it was they weren't doing any local acts,
Which is just
or if they
disappointing.
were, all the slots were full."
It's not a lot of love for the local talent.
Never is.
Nope. Just another opening act.
No, I've tried to get on a lot of big shows and been told no.
We hate you. Go away. Like I feel like there's
Just
so many
because
booking
they're
agents
like,
that
"Oh
just have
yeah,
like
we're not
spray
doing
bottles
any."
for us.
A lot of it has been because like they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not doing any local openers, but if that changes, we'll let you know."
Okay, bud.
Like I tried to. There was another show I did. You ever heard of Wicca Springs Eternal? Well, he did a couple of songs with Lil Peep, and he came through to the garage in Burnsville, and I had hit some people up trying to get on that show, and they were like, "Yeah, they're not doing local openers." I'm like, "Fuck."
The nerve.
How dare you not do local openers?
The audacity. Isn't that like locationism? Like, never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think that. Yeah. Yes.
Any whore.
Whoa, buddy. Watch your profanity.
This is my show. I'll talk how I want.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's Wednesday, my dudes. I'm just here.
Oh my god. You don't like it? You don't like how I talk? You don't have to listen. I appreciate
you're
if you
right.
listen. I like that people listen.
Well, that's the goal. I mean, I think that's.
But
what
if
we
you don't
all
like
want.
how I talk, I don't care. Simple as that. But anyway, let's get into some more music here. I got a submission here from Syndicate Creations. I don't know if you know who they are. I think they've sent in before.
But I'm gonna mute myself and pop over so I can listen to it.
Dope. Let's do that then.
Hell yeah.
But before I do that, I'm gonna get into a little bit of a promo here. Don't forget that at the end of this month, I will be going on tour with Von Sage, Cobenz, and Ghost the Alchemist. We're hitting Omaha, Colorado Springs, Phoenix, Amarillo, Wichita, and Sioux City. Make sure to check us out. Like I said, we're coming to a city near you. Make sure to tune in. As I've been saying all night, it's gonna be a great time.
Great times.
Shut up. And then, as always, this show is sponsored by Armageddon Productions. Shout out to Nerd the King. Make sure to check out his Armageddon Radio every Friday. I don't remember if he is actually restarting it or not. I know he did one episode a few weeks ago with Mayday. But like I said, make sure to go check out Nerd the King. He is on all platforms now. N3RD4KING. Make sure to go check him out. But for now, here is Syndicate Creations with his song Anything Else.
Up in my mind, I'm falling again. I'm breaking my heart and I'm losing my friends. I started beginning to think that this is the end. Loading the gun as I put down the pen. Put it on my head and I'm blowing again. Depression been making me wonder when will I lose and when will I die? I'm tying the noose, I guess it's tonight. I should have refused to give up the fight. I'm needing a boost to make me alright. I'm sorry, I mean everything that I write. Mixing my lean into my Sprite. Maybe, just maybe, don't know me tonight. I'm stuck in this darkness, just leave me the light. I'm screaming out please to help me just fight. I don't wanna die but I'm thinking I might. Please in my funeral, look at my rhymes in my sight. Needed some help to get out of my mind. I'm feeling so lost, I've been needing to find the past. Supposedly God is designed, but these thoughts in my mind won't leave me alone. I look at my family, I guess I've been prone. Why is this world going so cold? Needed somebody, I'm looking at my phone. Nobody hit me up, nobody cares. Is anyone gonna be missing me when I'm not there? People would fake it at first, come to my funeral saying they hurt, just for the cloth they be wearing my shirt. Pay their respects and then they would skirt, leave me there laying just rotting in dirt. You could have stopped to just look for the signs, answer when I called instead of decline. That messes me back, man, I'm hurting inside. Frantically texting with blood on my wrist, misspelling the message but I'm on the fence of living and dying. I'm over this shit, I say that I'm fine but really I'm pissed, or maybe depressed, my emotions are mixed. I don't know if I can ever be fixed. I'm waiting on the day that I'm finally feeling the bliss. It's happiness that I do miss, I'm slipping into an abyss. Every day in my mind I have to relive every fucked up thing that I did. Sorry I'm taking a father away from his son. I'm hoping this kid will go up and learn to forgive. I say no remorse but inside it's killing me, stuck with this vision of life slowly fading. I pray that I make it, I gotta be changing the nation that's sick of the hate. You quit worrying about the green, sit down and blaze it. I promise I'm doing the time. Up in my mind I'm playing the scene and then it rewind. I think about killing myself all the time. Have two choices, it's hard to decide. Biting a bullet or go for a ride. Pay for my sins or staying and hide. Fuck it, I'm torment, I'm losing my mind. Pain at me soaring, the love at me blind. Can I believe it? I think it's tonight. This is the moment that could just define all of my life and it's slipping in time. Is anyone gonna be grabbing my hand? Nah, fuck it, I'm fine. Fuck it.
So foul, I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? Am I coming when I pin my style? So I gotta make it inside bounce. How am I coming with a stick so foul? I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? Am I coming when I pin my style? So I gotta make it inside bounce. Me creeping with the mask, right? Ask why when I get up on these beats I be speaking it so belligerent, fidgeting with the lyrics and figuring that disfiguring figureheads is the remedy. All of them got it in for me, you think it'd be a sad sight. Now when they platter, I keep remembering the parasite. Since it comes back full circle that I'm sick with the wit. Make room when I spit. My aura could be sickening. Cure for the lungs of the fake. I'm the cure, but I come with the hate. Not sure anyone can relate. Sure, having fun while I wait for the pool of the sun to erase. Am I cool? Am I one of the greats? Nah, I don't want it. What I want is to recognize that Mookie has no opponent. From the moment I'm weaponized, nuclear like components see me lurking. I'm unusual musically, but I own it. How am I coming with a stink so foul? I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? Am I demon when I pin my style? So I gotta make it inside bounce. How am I coming with a stink so foul? I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? Am I demon when I pin my style? So gotta make it inside bounce. Let me set him up, gasping, begging for air. I never let him up. No, I'm never letting up. Mookie, do you pop? Hell yeah, put the 7 up, fall in the darkness. But they rise in the light, yet they bite with the claws of a crawfish. Cause and effect, give me bars, then I wreck. Taking charge in the lane, but they soft with the offense. Killer out the gate from the start, then offense. Off hints, how my words follow offense. Art for me is life, but you handle it so political. What else can I do but put my cock in the caucus? My mind is a safe, my mind isn't safe. Take the time to escape, I'm a boat dweller. I stay aligned with the great. When I rhyme, it could grate on your senses. I senses it from my thought barrel. Never thought
Pharaoh could reach a top level, or you the star killer could have caught several celestial bodies. I'm blessed to be godly, and probability of falling off is impossible. I'm at the loss, echoing through the frost. They're thinking that I'm confused. I regulate how I'm hot. I'm life and death when infused. I stir it up when I chop, impeccable to a T, but silent. Give it a thought. How am I coming with a stick so foul? I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? I'm a demon when I pin my style, so I gotta make it inside bounce. How am I coming with a stick so foul? I'm riding from the inside out. Am I evil cause the wind might howl? I'm a demon when I pin my style, so I gotta make it inside bounce.
And we're back. That last song was called Stench by my good friend Mookie the Magician. Make sure to go check him out. We're both part of the super group, as I'd like to call it, Ice Kings, with me, Black Justice, Mookie the Magician, and Von Sage. But for now, we are back here live with my good friend Levi West, who is chilling in his backyard, smoking
Chilling.
something. I can't tell if that was a Black and Mild or a cigarette.
It is a Black and Mild, sir.
What
I'm
kind
classy.
of Black and Mild?
Wood tip jazz.
Oh,
Get real.
The best. The best.
Get real.
Is it the best?
Is it the best?
Uh,
If I was gonna spend $1 on anything, it would probably be on something better. But
yeah. I like the. You ever had the sweets?
yeah.
I like those ones too.
I'm actually trying to quit smoking. I mean,
How's that going?
Just yeah. But no, I mean, I worked like a 10-hour day today and only had like one cigarette.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So I mean, that's a win in my book.
I'd say so.
I don't know. Like,
I probably smoked too many cigarettes today.
when I think about it, it comes down to I've been smoking almost half my life. I get real disgusted with myself, and I'd rather have my voice for a little bit longer, you know?
Shit's overrated.
I don't want to be the prom queen of Alabama. So
Oh, come on. You don't want to pull a Patty and Selma?
I do not want to be Patty. No, not this guy.
Gotta speak to Marge, please.
Let me speak to Marge. You forgot your papers.
Homer, can I speak to Marge, please? Oh my God. Shout out to the Simpsons for predicting the weird shit. Right, okay.
Right.
Oh, what am I?
You're doing great, sweetie.
Oh my God. What is the most trouble you've ever gotten
in? Who's asking?
Not the police.
Not the police. Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, most people that are probably tuning in to watch this already know what's been going on with me. But a couple years back, I was working at a gas station and I stole some scratch tickets. So I'm a third-degree felon.
What? What did
Yes,
you go
sir.
and do that for?
I was not in a very good place in my life. I was walking down a very dark path and made some very
Fucking
poor
deciding,
choices.
oh, I'm just gonna steal some scratchy lotteries.
Yes, sir. Stole a bunch of scratchers. All I won was a felony. So that's where I'm at.
You big dummy.
I know. I could be bigger things though. Could be bigger dummies in other areas.
I mean,
but
trust me, I get it. I got a felony as well.
I've definitely turned my life around from then. So I mean, it's
Well, that's good. Glad to
It
hear
all
that.
goes up.
I
all
always love
progression.
hearing. I love hearing stories about people who have, they've gotten in. They're like me, where they've gotten into trouble, and they've turned their lives around.
Yeah, I mean it gets tiring. Like always being in some kind of trouble. Like I want to be a good person. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm a bad person. I mean nobody no bad person says, "Oh yeah, I'm a bad person." Nobody ever thinks that they're a bad person. But like,
I think I'm a bad person.
I think you're a great person, and I think you're saying that for the wrong reasons. You're a good person. Don't say that. But no, like it gets old, you know. I mean, I don't want to spend the rest of my life on papers. I don't want to spend the rest of my life having to tell somebody else what I'm doing.
Dude,
You know, like
I totally get that because I have another 12 years on probation.
yikes. I mean, I'm sitting over here with like another 15 months, and I'm like, oh, it's never gonna end. But like, yikes, brother.
Yeah, I don't get off
It'll be
probation
over.
until 2033.
It'll be over. It'll end.
I'm hoping that I'm doing good, so I'm hoping that I can get off sooner than that.
One says you're doing good, but one could say you're doing great.
Don't
Too
give me
soon?
more credit than what's due.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon.
Because I've only been on probation now for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
15 years of probation.
Yeah, I got 15 years of probation. But I got a 57-month prison sentence that was stayed.
Yikes.
So
Yeah, I would rather take the check-ins.
yeah, and it's not even that hard because my PO fucking loves me, because I sit here and I do what I need to do.
Right,
I don't
right.
get in trouble.
Handling business.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that I keep up the good work that I can get off sooner than 2033 because
Right. Because I mean that at that point, I mean,
just everyone I've talked to has been like, yeah, that's kind of excessive.
that's a hop, skip, and a journey.
Just a little bit. Who inspired you to make music?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I mean, I was into like writing poetry at one point. Like, I was one of those kids. Never really did anything with it, and then just kind of knew that I wanted to do something more. And
It's funny. Everyone I've talked to has been like, "Oh yeah, I started out writing poetry and stuff." I'm
yeah,
like,
like I mean, that's what most people
I
I've talked
never
to
wrote
do.
poetry. I hate
Well,
poetry.
you do poetry. I mean, in
know.
one way or another, it's a form of poetry.
I know.
Therefore, like,
It's funny, but I before this, like 4 years ago when I started, I never wrote. I suck at writing.
I suck at writing.
I do. I'll be the first to tell you. I am a terrible writer. I don't know why the hell anyone likes my shit. I am a terrible writer.
It's because you're 6'20" and you look like a teddy bear. Thanks.
No, like I said, I'll be the first to tell you. I think I'm a terrible writer. But I have fun with it. So I mean, I guess that's the whole. If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Personally, I'd love to make a career out of this one day. Trying to.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
I mean, I'd rather not have to do a 9 to 5. I'd rather not. I mean, I work in a kitchen and I love what I do, but like,
dude, I hate working a 9 to 5. And even then, my 9 to 5 is not a 9 to 5. Like today, I worked 6. I clocked in at like 6 o'clock, and I clocked out at about 5 o'clock. So a nice little 11-hour day. I would definitely be upset if I never had to work a regular job again.
Right.
How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
I think it's killed it, honestly. That's my personal opinion.
Say more.
I mean,
I'm curious to hear your opinion on it.
Realistically, I think everybody worked a little bit harder cared more. There was more passion involved back in the day when it was the footwork. It was the handing out tapes. It was, it wasn't I'm gonna scream into this and then post it and then boom. Like nowadays everybody's a rapper, everybody's an artist in one way or another, but like nobody has that. Like I just feel like there's a lot of passion that's lost with more internet, like it's everything's more easily accessible. So it's not, I don't know. For me, it's just not as fun. Like everybody's doing something. Like I could walk into a house party and be like, oh yeah, I do music. And like 13 other people are going to be like, oh yeah, me too. And it's just, and I'm not going to knock somebody else's craft. Everybody's got their own hustle. Everybody's got their own line of work, but it's like, I just don't think I have the proper way of saying it. I just feel like there's not as much.
No, I get what you're trying to
Organic.
say. That's why I told you
and
to
it's
kind of emphasize on it a little bit because I'm like
it's frustrating.
I'm curious. Like I said, I was curious to hear your opinion.
It's frustrating. Like I feel like if I was born probably like 20 years earlier, I may probably, I love the footwork aspect of things. I love walking around and meeting people and just passing out the CDs that I have, and it's like, yo, hey, check me out. My social media tags are on here.
Yeah,
Like,
I had someone come up to me and I went to Warp Tour one year.
I love Warp Tour.
I miss Warp Tour.
Same.
But I had gone to Warp Tour one year, and as I'm leaving, some dude just hands me his fucking CD. Did I ever listen to it? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I definitely got, you just like, like you were saying, the whole footwork of it. Just here, have a CD. Check me out.
Yeah, like I mean, it just there's more meaning behind it, in my opinion. Like when you're able to build those connections with the people in front of you, rather than you have, because like everybody's a critic, and like I don't know, like I just.
Do you feel like you're your own worst critic?
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. The things that go on inside my head, like I don't want anybody else to have to go through. Like I beat myself up so much. Like it's ridiculous. And like I feel like that's also why I don't have as much, like I don't have the catalog that I have because of myself. Like I mean I've got umpteen amounts of unfinished projects just laying around because like I hate what this sounds like, but like in reality I could drop it and there's going to be somebody who enjoys it, but it's like,
I definitely get that. I am also my own worst critic.
I'm also like, and it's in the same sense. I mean, I'm also my biggest fan. Like nobody can touch what I do because it's me that's doing it. Nobody can do it the way that I do it because it's me. And the stuff that I talk about in my music is the stuff that I've gone through.
I feel like in the this day and age, you have to have that type of mentality. Otherwise,
you got to stay hungry.
If you think that you suck, people are gonna think that you suck.
Exactly, and like I definitely by no means think that I suck. I mean, there's things that I wish I would have done better in previous projects, but it's all just things that make me want to do those same things better in future projects.
Right.
So it's circle back to progression over perfection any day of the week. Like I'd much rather, and like staying uncomfortable. Comfort leads to laziness, and I want to stay as uncomfortable as possible, and I want to keep going outside of the box and keep trying new things until I find something that sets and stays as the Levi West brand. Like I'm me, and that's what it is.
Yeah. You still ever talk with Lucidity?
Hell yeah, that's my dude. We've been best friends since like second grade.
Yeah.
Like we go way back. We used to beat the shit out of each other too. He shot me with an arrow once.
What the fuck? Tell me about that.
Dude. Yo, we were playing Lord of the Rings in his backyard, and he was being Legolas or however, and he gave me a book of matches, and he was like, "You're Gandalf," and then like all of a sudden there's just an arrow coming at me, and yeah.
What the fuck?
Like I'm running around like
he gives you a book of matches
and
he's
shit.
like, "You're Gandalf," and then all of a sudden there's an arrow Just I used to
Yeah.
be an adventurer like you, and then
Then
I
I took an
an
arrow in
to
the
knee.
backyard. Like, yeah, that's my boy though. And like honestly, like the hip hop scene over in Wisconsin's so dope. Like
Depending on where
everybody
you're
over
at,
there. I mean, in the Dells area, like where I have done, I mean, I've done a show out there, and I met a lot of the cats out there that do work out there.
Yeah.
And like they're all super welcoming, they're all hungry, they all want to grow, and they all want to work.
Yeah,
Like
you know, and you were
that's
telling me about that young Beezy dude.
yeah, dude. Like his
He's
live
dope.
show
He's
is like
dope.
an energy that
He was actually supposed to be on my show that I
I
ended up
know.
canceling.
And like I was chopping it up with him beforehand, and I was like, "Yo, I mean, we ran into each other over in the Dells. I'm really excited to fucking chop it up with you." Pardon my language. I've been working on cutting back on my profanities, but um, like I've been like no, like I was chopping it up with him, and I was like, I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you some more. Like, and I love networking with other artists that I haven't worked with, and like I want to work with more artists.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like it's
like I said, he was supposed to be on my show that I ended up canceling. But then he ended up doing a show down in his neck of the woods instead. There was just a big old miscommunication there. So
a whole lot of miscommunications.
Him and I are still on good terms. You know, he's still a cool dude. I'll get him on another show up here one of the days. But I was going to say something. Now I don't remember what the hell it was.
It's okay. I think you're pretty too.
That is not what I was. But all right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Where? Okay, so you said you've mainly just performed around the tri-state area here.
Yep.
Where is somewhere that you would really like to perform?
I really want to go south. I don't know why, but I wanna go to like I don't want to go like super south, but like I want to go to like Kentucky, Ohio, like northern Louisiana.
Okay.
I just feel like that would be fun.
I have connections in Kentucky.
And like
not Kentucky, Tennessee.
Is it because they're the only 10 you see?
No, I just linked up. I just met these cats from Tennessee. They came up here and did a show a couple weeks ago, at the terminal, and so I'll have to get you linked up with them if you ever want to go do a show down there.
Hell yeah! Like I mean, I still want to do. I mean, like I'm not taking like I mean, technically speaking, like I mean, with me stepping back from Orbit, I mean, I don't want anybody to get that twisted and say that like Levi West is dead. You know, like it's like the brand that is Levi West is still very much so alive. It's just I'm reconfiguring, restructuring, and rebuilding. You know, like I just got to find a better way for it to work and be able to still balance my real life with what this is. You know, like because I mean, realistically, as much as I want to make this music my full-time career, like. I mean, shit, I'm on probation, you know, like one wrong move can put me in a situation where none of that happens.
Right.
You know, so I mean, there still may be some significant gap in time between releases, but I mean, I still
probation
write every time that it comes.
Makes things difficult.
You know, and I mean, there's things that I want to do with my life that, you know, sometimes music isn't really capable of giving you, you know, like so I mean it's still a thought process that I'm toying with, but Levi West is still very much so alive. And
well, if you ever want to go out of state and do some shows, just let me know and I can probably get you hooked up with somebody.
I like you. You smart, you loyal. I appreciate you.
I've got a lot of out of state connections. So basically pretty much wherever you want to go, I could probably get you.
Hell yeah. Okay. Hell yeah.
Like I don't think some people realize how well connected I am. Not to sit here and boast about myself, but I'm gonna sit here and boast about myself for a second.
You might as well toot the horn when there's a horn to be toot.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I've got connections here, obviously. I've got connections in Wisconsin now. I've got connections Iowa. I've got connections in. I've got a huge connection in Arizona. I've got connections in Texas. I've got connections in New York, Florida, Tennessee now. Like I've got connections all over the fucking place.
Hell yeah.
Washington State, not DC. I don't got any connections.
I don't want to go to DC. There's nothing I want to do in DC.
Yeah, fuck DC. No, I don't really much care for going to DC either. If you want to go to Indiana, I can get you into Indiana too. What the fuck is in Indiana? I don't fucking know.
For some reason, all I can think about is like coffee, and I don't know why. Like, you said Indiana, and I immediately thought of coffee.
That's really weird.
Hey, I'm Levi.
Hey, how you doing? Hello, motherfucker. Hey, how you doing? Just quote a little bit of Lil Wayne at you. Well, hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Look at me. Howdy ho.
Ooh, I'm Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Attaboy. Now we're doing things.
Yeah, I'm doing the things and the stuffs. Fun fact about here's a useless talent that I have. I can do impressions.
Yeah, I guess we could probably chalk that up as one of my useless talents. I have a really mean Russian.
I said impressions, not accents, but I can do accents too.
Well, I can do accents. Then we'll say accents. I got a lot of voices. Spent a lot of time by myself and needed to make some voices so I didn't feel so alone.
Yeah, like I can do a pretty good Patrick Warburton.
Attaboy.
Like, do you know who Patrick Warburton is?
Honestly, not off the top of my head, but I feel like if you told me, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah.
Well, have you ever heard of Joe from Family Guy?
Okay, yep. I got you.
I can do his voice pretty well.
Get some wheels, dog.
Get some wheels. I don't want those kind of wheels.
Throw some
That would
22s
make my
on them.
life rather difficult.
They got chairs for people that size? 6'20" and shit?
Probably.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, Christ, technically Joe was like 6'2".
I suppose, but you 6'20", so that's like.
Oh my god. You ever heard of Odd Squad Family?
Yeah.
My homies in Arizona are putting on a show with them, and they've got opening slots. So if you feel like going down to Arizona and opening up for Odd Squad Family,
I've heard it's warm down there.
nice. I'd like to move down there someday.
When is this?
When is what?
When is this?
October, I believe.
Oh.
But if you want,
Interesting.
I can get you connected with him. Rome TMS Crew on Facebook.
Link me.
If you're interested in maybe doing that. I don't know if he's still got slots for that or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We've only got about just like 5 or so minutes left of the show. So let's get into some more music. I'll play a couple more songs here, and then we'll kind of just end it.
Hell yeah.
So, big shout out to you, Levi, for coming on. Thanks for coming on, good buddy.
Shout out to yourself for having me, my guy.
All love.
Always is. L's for love.
L for love. And then I don't. Usually I'd promote some other stuff that I got going on. But I don't really have any shows going on right now until the tour. So make sure to come out to that. You got any shows coming up, Levi?
Um,
Anything you want to promote?
I don't think I have anything solid right now. Honestly, I mean, I got a project that's coming out, but I don't even have a solid date on when it's going to be released. So it's, I mean, just keep your eyes out for the Phoenix Effect. That's what I got.
For the what?
The Phoenix Effect.
Oh, that's what it's going to be called.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Well, make sure to be on the lookout for that. But for now, get into some more music here. I'll hit up the SoundClouds. What do I want? Let's play some Nerd the King. I haven't played him in a while. This song is called "Out My Face" by Nerd the King.
Man, it's funny how people always come fuck with you only when they need something. Well, this song is dedicated to y'all. Listen. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. Every time I see you in trouble, every time I see you want something, every time I see you need something, get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. Every time I see you in trouble, every time I see you want something, always walking around with your hands out. Look around for more people you can booch off. Lost my job, so I'm guessing I'ma losing out. Don't worry, won't ask for a handout. Don't trip, I'ma look for my way out. I'ma sell my own shit, I'm a man, pal. Think I'ma quit on me? Funny as hell, cause I can remedy. Rise to the top, I'm all lonely. Just don't need no mooching. Ashley Chen can know me, and that's a fact, you see. Dick is refugees, only want the cheese. Selfish ass hell, saying fuck the team. But he want the dream, nothing to the table. What the fuck he bring? I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. Every time I see you in trouble, every time I see you want something, every time I see you need something, get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my I don't face. Matter help, but you can help yourself. Get up off your ass and go make some wealth. Who you think is gonna hold your hand as well? Waiting on some shit, but you can go to hell. While you in there though, won't you burn yourself? Get a piece of bad and see if it helps. It's a damn shame you need someone else to take credit for when you win the belt. Ungrateful people see it's not enough. Wanna blame others cause they like sucks. Can't get what they want so they start to rub. Get mad at a nigga, wanna act all tough. When a nigga like me wanna call they bluff, they wanna turn it around cause they broke as fuck. Wanna call out your pockets, ain't got enough. Got $5 on me, ain't got enough, nigga. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. Every time I see you in trouble, every time I see you want something, every time I see you need something, get on out my face. I don't care about shit you say. Just get on out my face. I thank you for showing up. Please take your seat. And most importantly, make sure you enjoy the show.
Want to hear something amazing?
Hey, ads are annoying. So I'm going to do my own ads. Like I said, as always, this show is sponsored by Armageddon Productions. Nerd the King, who I just played, like I said, he's the CEO of that. Check him out on all platforms. Yeah, go do that. And then, you can follow me on we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Right, I'm on Twitch, motherfucker. What you gonna do about it?
Twitch about it.
I wasn't expecting you to chime in there, but all right. I got one more song for you. This song's by my good friend Von Sage, and it's called Obsidian.
Ghostly orbit showing external forces. The forest, the shadow speaking, leave me mentally sorbent. Of course, it's nothing to be feared, but the image is horrid. Avoiding conversations with the entities dormant. It's evident when the thoughts coming in, put a pause again with the harmony. I problem within, I stop when I top to the end so constantly. Not with the threat, chop shop with a blank head, now apprehend my prodigy. We march with a pen, show off dominance, anthropic means, but honestly, silence is not quiet tonight, so make your head ring. Silence inside and violence, I might as well confess thee. Life is a detriment, sediment to let the rest dream. Reality conflicting the realms to be assessed seen. I'm walking this path in which you have to be, showing no emotion, promoting the lesser half of me. A simulation of physics and codes. I hear the panic screams, exploring abandoned establishments is where the phantom sings. The life that I live is so obsidian. We try to blend in like a chameleon. I'm sending your mind into oblivion. Obedience, the reason why we living in obsidian.
Obsidian. Obsidian. Obsidian. Obsidian.
Notably nervous cause I'm concerned with the purpose for the state of emergency. It's like it's sprung from the surface and so much murder reverting back to the image in person. It's like I'm stuck in a version of no escaping, it's permanent. But this ain't a movie, this chapter's only beginning. Commitment to better ways are flawed and never forgiven. I see a plate full of winnings. Well, who the hell am I kidding to put my feet up on the table saying fuck your opinion, you bitch. You bitch, you bitch, you bitch, you bitch. At the end of the day, I got about 4 or 5 problems that made them put dirt on my name. But not one of them could ever reach all my perks in the game. I'm that nigga that they be calling to serve up all the pain. They can't get burned with the sage. I'm walking this path in which you have to be, showing no emotion, promoting the lesser half of me. A simulation of physics and codes. I hear the panic screams, exploring abandoned establishments is where the phantom sings. The life that I live is so obsidian. We try to blend in like a chameleon. I'm sending your mind into oblivion. Obedience, the reason why we living in obsidian.
Obsidian. Obsidian. Obsidian. Obsidian.
Obsidian? Holy shit, dude, fire. Fucking fire. I don't know if you mix that, whoever fucking mixed that shit, dude, perfect. I ain't never heard nothing like that. That shit right there, if it don't go number 1, I don't know what will go number 1. But, give me a call back. It's your boy, BGP. Peace.
And like I said, that last song there was Obsidian by Von Sage. And that is going to be the last song of the night. Once again, shout out to Levi West for coming on the show. Next week, we will be back. Who's on next week? Oh, the good friend DJ Gonzo was on next week. So make sure to tune in for that. I've been on his show a couple times now, The Couch with DJ Gonzo. But now I'm going to return the favor, and he's going to be on my show. So make sure to tune in next week for that. And as always, have a great night, and we will